Welcome back for another edition of the United Commonwealth. Today we are at Oberland Station. This place used to be my least favorite place to build. It just really didn't inspire anything in me. But now it's one of my favorite builds I think that I've done. In the main storyline, there is a point that you will witness a UFO crash landing, and it crash lands right outside Oberland Station. So that's where the inspiration, I guess you could say, for this came from. The idea that they recovered the spaceship, stuck it on a pole, and now they are the home of the Commonwealth UFO Society. And they give tours daily. So that's what we're going to do here today. We're going to take a tour of the UFO Society and also of Oberland Station. This is really their main job in the Commonwealth. This provides a little revenue, but also there's some technology involved in researching extraterrestrials. So it's kind of important, I guess. It's more fun than anything. So guests enter here, and you have the trader. This was something I didn't really want to block off. There is a section that's blocked off just for residents, but this is a way to gain more caps by having our visitors visit Rita here at the general store. So they come over here and we have the ticket booth, and there is usually someone sitting here who will hand out tickets for the tour. They sit right here, you get your tickets, and then you can also rent a pit boy and a tape so that you can have a bit of a guided tour. But you start by going through here. And there are lots of little doorways that are just for employees. Made it really easier for me to navigate while I was building instead of having to go all the way up and all the way down. You'll see the employee areas go through, but mostly this is designed to guide guests through the tour. So they come around here and they can have a quick stop in the bathroom. But otherwise, this is the entrance here to the UFO Society. And if you come in here, you will see there are the rules. There is no smoking, no food or drinks, keep your hands off the displays, and do not disturb the researchers. Simple rules. Really, any rule breakers will be shot or worse, fed to Craig. So we go through here. This was a little bit difficult to decorate. Didn't really know what to put in here, so I ended up putting a lot of the high-tech looking boxes from Vault-Tec and some consoles and anything space themed I could find. We put a little closet in here just because of the way that the navigation turned out. There was an empty corner there that I thought would make a good storage closet. So come up here, and our first stop, we're going to take a look at alien life. We got some weird strange plants here. We got the alien blaster, some rounds of ammo, and then we got a spacesuit here. Nothing really fancy, not a whole lot of wow factor here, which is why it's first. And then we're going to come back up here, and this is one of the big draws here. This is the remains preserved of one of the aliens that landed, one of the ones that you fought when you go to confront them. Yeah, look at those chompers. So our guests can view kind of a prelude to the main event. And then up here, at the very top, we have our observatory for a little bit of interactive fun. Wide open area, some places to sit where you can kind of see out over the entire settlement. But mostly we have telescopes here so that our guests may search the skies. Then of course we have a Minutemen station here to keep an eye out on the road and just make sure people aren't abusing the equipment that we have here. And then we're about halfway through the tour. Again, this is just another little hallway that connects. Kind of like behind the scenes at Disneyland. And then down here we have the headquarters for the society. There is a guy that will sit here and will broadcast to the stars or search for radio signals from afar. We also have our robo-brain that will log in any communications or signals we receive. There's other places for us to broadcast whatever we need. So yeah. And then again, there was another place to put junk, so we put junk. You'll also notice a window here for our guests to kind of sit and observe if they would like what's going on in there. They should also be able to hear. And then down here, we are almost to the exit. We have a stop for some info packets. There's another one of those shortcuts. And what kind of tour would it be if we didn't end in the gift shop? You can buy these posters, these toys, this model, just some stuff you don't really need. We've got a couple other things going on out here. We have the exit guard that keeps an eye out to make sure no one's trying to go back in again without a ticket. We have a place for people to play some video games that are extraterrestrial themed. So we got Zeta Invaders. The little ones can play on these spaceships here. Got a spaceship up there. And then we kind of have the big main event here, which is Craig. And we're going to try to fix Craig. He shouldn't be through the wall like that. So we're going to wait. Alright, yes, that works. Thing about Fallout 4, if you play it enough, you learn all the tips and tricks. So here's Craig. Again, he's got them chompers, so keep your hands out of the cage. He will bite you. We've got a little backdrop there just to make it a little bit more engaging for him. He's got a Brahmin that he can probe and dissect to his heart's content. He's got a bucket for reasons and just a little bed, so it's probably not that humane, but we could do worse. His friend's in a jar, okay? Doghouse here for a dog that never uses it. And then we have the exit. And then another guard station. Private Sloan keeps an eye on the roads for us. Up here we have some more walkways for our residents. There's a place for us to do our recycling. A little bit bigger. And then of course we have our workshop and power plant. And we have Benny here who will, excuse me Benny, will keep us up and running. It's very important to the society that we don't lose power, so he keeps an eye on it for us. We've got our fully upgraded logistics station. And then our community notice board. It's another center of activity because people will come and go here a lot to get their rations, and so this is a great place for our community notice board. This is the exit out here. I'll let you take a look at this side entrance here, really only for people who have business there, not really our tourists. Speaking of tourists, they gotta eat. So we have this diner here, more UFO stuff. You can eat outside, read the newspaper, or come inside and Abraham will make them some food here. I feel like this is missing something, but I can't figure out what. Like, I don't feel like it's cluttered enough. Some more services for the general public. We've got some vending machines. In case they get hurt, there is a small medic stand with Dr. Donna. And then up here we really have, it's a smaller settlement, so there's not a huge Minutemen presence, so this is really where our communications officer sits. He's maybe gone to dinner or something, so he's not here. but put him up here because it has a good view, and it's kind of private so that he can broadcast what we need him to broadcast. Now we're getting into the residential area, so you can see it's kind of chained off. There are two doggies here. Geneve is the one that never stays in her doghouse. She always stays over here. But also this is where our Brahmin will hang out too.
Got a dangerous look about you.
A little bigger farm than usual. And most of our farmers will live in here. It's quite cramped. There's just not a whole lot of space here. So they've got their living room, dining room, play a little piano. The farm manager sleeps in here. It's the only one really got a private room. And then if we go up here, we have the bunks. And there's also another area for them to hang out up here. Plenty of storage for their personal items. Most of the power is taken up by the UFO Society, so the homes really rely on the candles. This is where you get a lot of the water.
As honest would
But you see the
Need to get back
Private
to
Atkinson here. Of course, well stocked in case he runs into trouble. We've got more homes here. These are more private, so they're really for the researchers and the people who work. What am I stuck on? Is it the Brahmin? Of course it's the Brahmin. It's Casey, the Brahmin. Have I mentioned before that I hate the Brahmin? So yeah, these are really for people who will work in the shops, work in the society, guards, people are here long term. About 2 people live here. It's a little cramped, so they've got small dining, cooking, seating, and sleeping areas. But they spend a lot of time outside. So they don't really spend a great deal of time in here. They got a barbecue area. We're gonna come back to this, but there is one more level here. More outdoor living. These trailers are a bit smaller. This person's got their entire cooking and eating area outside. I feel like the decorations really worked well for this settlement, so I'm pretty happy with how they turned out. But we're gonna come down here, and it all leads back here to this little covered walkway, alleyway, I guess you could call it, that leads us to the restrooms. They're not very big, so people generally will have to wait for their turn. Go down here, you can see that there's really not much in here. There's one toilet and one shower. It's not a very big settlement, so not a whole lot of space. Plus the way the society turned out, there was room to build underneath it, so I thought I'd take advantage of that space. And then out here, this leads us to the entrance of the tour. And we're right back kind of where we started. We're not supposed to go this way, but I built this place so I can do what I want. So we'll go out this way. And yeah. that is the UFO Society. All lit up at night. Let you see the UFO there. I really do like that piece there. It looks pretty neat. I didn't know that it lit up when I first placed it. I only found that out when it started turning dark. So that was a happy surprise. So yeah, that's it for the tour. I'm pretty proud of myself that I did it in under 30 minutes this time. I don't want them to be that long. But I am really interested to hear your thoughts and share your ideas in the comments. Like and subscribe if you want to be notified when I post the next one. But yeah, thank you for your time, and I hope you have a good day.